I'm looking for my wallet. Like, I know it's in my phone, but I just tilted my bag, place my jacket in, and there's nothing in the room. What else? So I've been staying at Haven for a while. I just asked the housing liaison. With help with my electricity bill. If there's a rush in me leaving or not. Besides that, I want a home for myself and Jayden and Keilany, but I don't need to ask. Then to the housing liaison. I need money. Oh, and this is for my doctor's appointment that I canceled already. And I need to reschedule. Because I may assign a caseworker to provide for my mammogram and colonoscopy routine checkup at 45 years old. What else? And I'm going through with that because I'm very much at risk right now with no money. My cutoff is possibly seeing more papa than I ever wanted to see. This is normal. That happens to the daughter before I've heard.
Wait.
It's like, well, what do I focus on today? I just took a shot. I'll call later, possibly when I charge my phone at the library. And reschedule for next week. What else? Oh, my own hair fell on breakfast today for hope. So I'm walking to HEB food stamps to buy food for myself, and then I'm walking to the library, staying there for a while, and then walking back possibly by dinner time. I think it's a holiday-ish. Yeah. Oh, there's a parade. Is Lamo gonna be there? So it's where like I don't like that. Some days the person working there, possibly the people that helped me get rid of plantains in England, so that people know that there's things in England. Not specifically her, but her family decades ago. It's like, girl, with these people, leeches, you have to provide a visual. They won't be affected. But if there's some plantains that are lost in shipment and it makes the news that they're on the way to England, they'll be like, oh, okay, that plantains. And I'm just like, whatever, I'm leaving this informal meeting or very formal meeting and heading over to the food trays. I can't. But like, you can't just tell them. And they believe, for the most part, something's safe. What else? Anyways, that person was yesterday at the dorm saying that there's a party today at Haven for Hope, and there's a parade, so Mama says no. Which may not be very much her forte, because those people get angry then. They're like, coño, like there's a process for educating the very dumb, but that's not the people that steal from her. They're in that dumb. So that's why I don't say hi or anything. Like, oh, we met decades ago, possibly at a party once. What else? Need to reschedule my appointment. What else? Oh, but Jessa, if that's him, was just right now. Do they coordinate that or just coincidence. Getting mail, possibly, or checking it. Where I was just out seeing the housing liaison. Well, two of his bitches from decades ago were hostages. Were there. Is her name Anne? Should she be even here? Is her daughter okay? Does she even have a daughter? Is she a victim of crypto? Or those are all words that they have to be telling me years ago as a standing, so that when I see them, I'm like, oh, what happened to my crypto? So he may have targeted them a while ago, like the person that was gonna work. Possibly she modeled on her own, but he may have put her to work security to try to mock her. It's like, oh, that's a cheap model, a gun and a uniform. And her cleanliness, because someone knows based on families that they model cleanliness. Es like, esa se tuvo que haber bañado, es seguro. What else? What else? What else? What else? Maybe it's a standing. Maybe not. I look cute today. I'm wearing a, what is it? Life is Good t-shirt. Are there people stranded here because of my second cousin? What else? How could it be on? What else? Anyways, it's Human Rights Day. Oh, my phone is about to turn off. It's Human Rights Day. I read it. And yesterday was, what is it? Genocide Prevention Day. I miss my baby. My phone is turning off soon.
Wait, walk sign is on Rocky.
So lovely, so lovely. What else? I can wait a while to receive my ESF. I'll still be with my opportunity home application. I need to update it. And on Monday it has to be a 1-bedroom, not a 2-bedroom. I'm seeking the death penalty for everyone that stays in my homes with all my permission. Still finding it. It's December 10th, 2020. Not a bad gig to do nothing all day, but I paid for it myself. The laundry has done. One more laundry load is getting done. I'm getting a seizure as I speak of this because it's not like my ideal setting. The men's dorm is full at the moment. I've heard. What else? So I don't want to be like stuck with the same men for the rest of my life. Always ish if they don't have plans to leave. What else? But this is why it's fun to leave and just walk to TV or the library too. So I don't feel like I'm attached to the idea that what? Like I won't see any pretendiente possibly until these men leave. What if they don't leave? What else? What else? It's some of them could be security or witnesses. Oh, and there's like the dorm, and then there's like sleeping on the mattresses over at the dining area. They could just be temporary. What else? And it could be to alleviate my anxiety. Like, you know what you're into, seeking the death penalty. For the people that steal your homes, your vehicles, and your money, you know that you prepaid it to be able to stay as long as you could, or your relatives did, or they talked to Bill Greehey, suck his dick even, maybe just the pretty ones, along with his wife's clit that was consensual. What else? Because part of life when people meet, like, oh, let's do it to the beach. People say. So I don't want to show up and be like, so did I prepay or someone prepay for me to be here? As long as I need to, possibly for this trial, it's hopefully for those people here. So I just asked the question. So is there a limit? So someone didn't have energy to clean up their party. And it sucks because it then dampens one's party. Ish. But that's what it is. What else? Oh, I could have gotten water at the picnic. I could wait. There's the police department nearby. Can we walk in possibly and drink water from the water fountain? And I take a class here, possibly. Oh, I wonder how easy it would be to switch over my transcripts. Did I skip that online class? That's hilarious. Like, for me, moments of history. When I signed up to take classes through UMUC, I'm like, I've already mastered this. So can I just take like the test? I think it was like a really quick test even, or sent my transcripts and they skipped the online class. But now I'm like, oh, they encourage one for a reason to not skip it. But because I suffer from amnesia, I'm like, I'm gonna be angry if I'm taking this when I already know what the internet is. And then for privacy issues, I'm like, I don't want anyone in my classes to be like this. It was there. What else? In hindsight, now that I'm single again, it could have been fun. What else? That did it too. Did my spouse take the class? Possibly, or maybe he got it. Maybe if he took it, I went through the book. I'm like, let me see what they're talking about. Oh, I feared. What if I'm like mentioned there and it triggered something from my past when I got raped over people being angry? Good stuff happening for other people. That's why I skipped the class. But if he took it, because we were living together, Edgar and I at the time, I may have gone through the textbook just for fun. Well, it's hot right now. Life is good. Is this t-shirt so pretty? And I was just wearing a coat over it. And what was I wearing yesterday? Black jeans with the gray long sleeve shirt. One of those sweaters that one finds like a rainbow or 579. The one says like, what is this brand even? Pero it's This fleece is so warm. Like it looks high fashion branding, but the fleece is warm. That's how I will describe it. What else? 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 So, what else on a gray hat? What socks with it? Black socks, I think. And then I showered last night. Oh, so far so good. Maybe my anxiety will go away a little bit. But I miss Jayden and Keilany. Now that I've taken the necessary steps, so like I have no income, I don't plan to work unless it's for fun. That must be so pretty. What else? 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 And oh, like one could create a lifetime. What is that? Haven for Hope with what I spend on garments in a bag, and I love my Rebecca makeup, but I could get it from Nordstrom Rack and not complain. Well, I could work at McDonald's, stay at Haven for Hope, and still feel connected to community outside, or bring some friends here. What else? There's one by the Salvation Army too. That's pretty too. I'm gonna bring food and eat there. Oh, I should do that, but like, I have so much I feel like I need to do and so little money. That would be fun to meet people because there's men staying over there too at the Salvation Army. What else? 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 Well, I will be there at the parade later. I scheduled my appointment to get my cavities fixed in my teeth. I've been flossing my teeth. So excited now that my locker has enough garments in it. I've been flossing my teeth. There's a correlation when one is a victim of abuse. Did my phone turn off? No, not yet. That one is gonna stop living if one is in a very public place like a homeless shelter where garments are required to be worn. That's why they have like the fun with the socks and the sports bra. What else? 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 And they have underwear like panties, but I never get them. I should one day just for fun. What else? 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 That's another marriage too. Just panties, a sports bra, and socks instead of t-shirts. I wouldn't want to cook like that, I say. Forget the smell of food, but it's the same. T-shirt feels looser. And I've done that too. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? It's so hot right now. So weird. Doing match dash. I want to try one of these places. That's so weird of me now. When I was at the Holiday Inn nearby, provided by him, that I funded due to the relationship that didn't work to my standards of how people should be treated. It's a good way to reciprocate too. Not everyone does homeless shelter living, sharing showers. So it's a way to say thank you. The high existed before my birth. to those people that want to try a homeless shelter is living-ish for free with the hotel-ish service, but sadly from my own experience, one can never be super happy porque that wasn't meant to be a permanent thing, I've heard. What else? 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 Or it was the other way around. It was people reciprocating for my beauty, my kindness, paying for a hotel room for me to stay in privately. Can't remember. These are stupid either, you know? Wow, just so pretty. Who's posted these on Instagram? I should remember where now. What else? I love those series where people are like, "You're my millionaire." What else? What else? What else? Those are pretty. And more. What else? Happy my laundry's being done right now. There is food for lunch, but I don't know how to get there. Trying to avoid that. There's a holiday parade. And I don't my children, like, they're fine with that. But I know they miss me in the way that they were separated from me. And I'm sure he needs a break too from having them 24/7 porque we interact with the kids. So when I say needing a break, it's not they're a new one. Is that one spends time with them, but he may be seeking like, I want alone time too, and even if they're in the home and I not ignore them, but don't include them in my activities, they're still here. So I've heard that becomes a little bit frustrating. What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? What else? There's millions of people trying to move from India to here, and China fed up with it, and Japan fed up with it over one vagina sometimes. It's flattering to me. But one needs to be realistic and say there's not enough food or space in the United States for everyone. I've heard that my family of origin creates chaos in some communities where I know my video got interrupted. I've heard that my family of origin creates chaos in places overseas, so that people look as desperate as my family of origin, those that steal from me, want to rape me, love. And those people's close proximity may be compatible and not me. But they cry, I've heard. Like, they want to at least try. So this is why life is good. This is why I fucked up my health too. Like, just stay there. You may not be doing this on purpose. It's my family of origin that's doing this on purpose for the most part to hurt me. Like, your close proximity is good. Your close proximity is good. It may not be labeled like one of the most priciest vaginas in the world. But then I don't have friends too. And it could be that there's people like, we're desperate, like we want to have sex with good people. And there's like literally Francesca here, esta la otra, esta. Like, people can name them possibly almost throughout. And then those that don't even leave their home, when they do, satisfying. Like, that would be sad. If they can be named along with myself. over. Like, those are basically, if you want to have sex with someone that you know isn't gonna ever hurt you or rape you, it's these. Some men create that type of reputation. And then there's the Hollywood actor that people say whatever as long as it behaves. As long as you don't offer a drugs, you can take him home. They make him a priority to get him out of the rape cycle sometimes. Like, it's the drugs and the rape that has him so annoyed. This one is like, has character. You can see it's been screened. If you take it out respectfully and don't offer it drugs, don't get it in trouble. It's a sweetheart. It's a sweetheart. What else? Amongst your general public that I don't know what going to college is or being in the military is, you have that. It's never bring up rape, never bring up problems. Amongst the financially stable, wealthy, well-prepared emotionally, they can have sex. That's the ability to sell in comparison to trying to beat me up just to get to my vagina. Look at how pretty. So pretty. What else? What is the truth?